New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
New Thought Media Network presents A Grand Vision, a 30-minute exploration of the emergent vision of New Thought Media Network. Get ready to explore the grand vision.
And hello again, dear ones. Rev Robert with you here on a Monday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock on the Mountain Time Zone, and that means it's time for our experience of a grand vision. And just as our lead-in indicated there, this organization is led by vision, and we would like to share with you what's emerging as that grand vision. And the way we go about that, beyond this program, is through our Monday morning program called Monday Morning Visioning. Now, Monday Morning Visioning is something that's been going on for a long time now. We get together every Monday morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time, and use the life visioning process. It's about a 45-minute program, and we dig into what it wants to be known. What is the emerging vision? I don't pretend that I know exactly what it is. I think I have a pretty good idea of where we're going and what's happening, and that's because every week I am immersed in the visioning notes that come through and that have been visioning for this ministry for quite a long time now. So I'd like to share what came through for myself this morning. The words: an intentional community of brothers and sisters and beings, teaching and living the New Thought philosophy and expanding, evolving New Thought into whatever comes next. That's what came through for me. And there was a real feeling that of brothers and sisters and beings, to embrace those beyond the binary cisgendered ideas and concepts of life. So it kind of came through in that language of brothers and sisters, but the beings as well, for those that maybe consider themselves gender fluid or genderless, or however we want to incorporate it. So it really had a feeling of inclusivity to all beings at least that are here on planet Earth. I guess if we're being visited by others, we can include them as well. Well, I know we could. I just don't know if we are. Teaching and living the New Thought philosophy, expanding, involved, or evolving New Thought into whatever comes next. Super excited by that. Our dear friend Shay was on the experience this morning, and she shared a tiny house community. So there's the word community twice over. And I will say that the word community shows up an awful lot in the visioning, and I'm going to talk about that today here for just a minute. But before I get there, I want to also share that Fiona shared her vision, weaving a glorious tapestry of global connections, spiritually nurturing programs, and joy. And we have our little joy icon right there. If you need a joy icon, let me know. If you don't already have one, we'll get you one somehow. Generally, you got to come to one of the events where we're at. We have all kinds of joy icons when we do that. So I want to talk about, and by the way, if you go back and watch one of the visioning programs and catch a visioning on our archives on YouTube, then please, by all means, let me know what comes through for you. We asked the question very specifically: what is the highest vision for New Thought Media Network? And would love to know what comes through for you in that question and in the process, so that we can add that to our book and we can add that to the visioning notes. And I like to look at the visioning notes, and we say this a lot: organizations that are vision led, Well, to me, that's not just led by a static vision that we've created at one time in space and in the time space time continuum, but allowing the vision to reveal to us what it is, where we're going, and what we're doing. And that's exactly what this is about: is creating a record, creating a great big book that says this is where we're going, and this is what Spirit's telling us. And it, because we do it with various people, then when things start to show up from various people, we know to pay a little more attention to them, because it's not just one person's ego or one person's grand idea or just one person thinking thoughts and ideas, but it is the expression of the one coming through the collective. That's the way I look at it. And really, when I look at what manifests and what shows up in our world, then we do experience that oneness and that revelation through our programming. I want to take a moment today to introduce you to a couple of new programs. Last week on Thursday, we launched Spiritual Toolkit with Reverend Brock Ford, discussing life's diversity, challenges, and blessings. That's happening on Thursdays at 3 o'clock Mountain Time, and we invite you to check that out. Brock had his first episode last week, and what a great conversation he had. I encourage you to check that out on YouTube. And just this morning, if you missed it, we premiered a brand new program, Growing Edge Live, with Allie Benjamin. And she had me on her show as her guest this week. So we launched her show and kicked off her show with a premiere, and I got to be the guest. And I got to talk a little bit about New Thought Media Network. But we also went into some deeper questions around the New Thought philosophy and how to keep and make New Thought relevant in your life. That's always been the vision of this network, working to keep New Thought relevant in our lives. And one of the things that I mentioned on this program today with Allie was that and many of you have probably heard me say this already at one time or another, but we're creating an environment. We're creating an environment of positive music, media, and entertainment so that we can, at any point in time, tap in to the vibration of love, the vibration of peace, the vibration of empowerment that we seek to bring forward here on New Thought Media Network. And so, I just said it. I just talked about what we part of what we do. So I want to share something here with you. This is our website. If you haven't been to our website, please allow me to introduce you to our website. This is how it looks. And what I want to show you is how easy it is to listen to our music channel, our radio channel. So if you get on the website, ntmedia.org, if you go right up here in the top right, you'll see Listen Live and see how it lights up. You click there and a pop-up button comes out. There's a play button there. You hit play. And let's see what's on the radio station right now. Takes just a moment to load. I'm turned inside out. And there we are. And it seems and you can see over here, this is Men by Laura Berman. And I can control the volume. Just clicking around this circle here. Everywhere. And now you've got New Thought Radio. Playing right there on your computer. You can do this just as easily on your phone as well. I'm going to turn that off now so we can get back to talking. But you could do that with your phone as well. You head on, if on your phone, go to ntmedia.org and then hold down on the URL, make it a shortcut on your screen. And now you have an app right there on your phone. Acts like an app, looks like an app. You can go in there, a couple of quick buttons, and you got the radio on your telephone, on your personal device. We really want to make this so that you can tap into this powerful message, whether it's through music, whether it's through interviews, whether it's through prayer practices, whether it's through our meditation practices. No matter how it is that you like to connect with the philosophy, we want to provide that. And while we're doing this, let's take a look at the schedule, because look at this. This schedule is now getting all kinds of full up. Let's talk about a couple of things. Let's look at Thursdays, 3 o'clock Mountain or 4 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock Pacific. There's Spiritual Toolkit with Reverend Dr. Brock Ford. He gives us another hour of programming on Thursdays. And if you look right behind that, there's a thing there called Girls Behaving Metaphysically. That's a sneak peek of something that's coming pretty soon. We're not sure exactly when this is going to launch. This is Robin Rice and another friend of hers. The name has been out there before. Robin and another co-host had this show for a while, and it went on hiatus. And now we're coming back with a new lineup, Robin and a new co-host. That'll be coming. You can look for that coming in the near future. And just to the left of that, look at what's happening on Wednesday evenings, 5 o'clock Mountain Time. Set Yourself Free with Martha Creek, Reverend Martha Creek. That's going to premiere on September 6th. Reverend Martha's, if you don't know Reverend Martha Creek, you're going to have a great time coming to get to know her. And this is so brand new, I don't even have a promo image for it yet, but that's okay. We'll get there. And if you look right above that on Wednesdays, well, up there a little bit at 12 noon on Wednesdays, Change Your Story, Change Your Life with Mitch Austin, premiering here in July 15th, just about a month away for the premiere of his program. We're still working on visual images for that as well. As I was mentioning, Growing Edge Live now with Ali Benjamin is available at 10 a.m. on the Mountain Time on Mondays. So you can see how our Monday schedule is filling up. If you look at this, folks, we got at least 3 or 4 programs, 5 programs on Thursdays. Each day, 5 programs on Fridays, each day beyond our normal stuff, beyond all our morning stuff and all of our weekday stuff that we have that goes on from beginning at 10 a.m. on the Mountain Time Zone. We've got 4 or 5 programs every day of the week and more coming. So we're going to fill up this schedule. I promise you, we're going to fill up this schedule as we continue. To me, that is a demonstration of the vision. That is an expression of the vision. That when we started, and think about this, when we started, we had morning prayers, and then I added the Monday morning visionings and the Mystic Writer Hangout and the midweek meditation. Reverend Elzia and I had ministers talking, and that was it. And for the longest time, that was all we had. Rev Melissa came along with the morning sip and helped us to outline and fill in the morning broadcast schedule. Be Your Own Hero with Sekou Wrights came along and helped us to fill out that schedule. And then that led to our Spanish language programming. And now we have Emma Moreno at 9 and the prayer team, Spanish language prayer team at 9:30 Mountain Time, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And all these other shows that have grown up around what we're doing, all these different things where people have come forward to say, yes, I want to be a part of this. I want to contribute in some way. Oh, hey, I forgot one. Look over here on Fridays. We Are Miracles with Shay Davis. That's coming in August. So we've just launched 2 programs here in June. We're going to launch another program in July. We're going to launch another program in August. We're going to launch another program in September. Maybe it's your program that we launch in October. Who knows? Looks like there's plenty of room on the schedule. If you've got an idea, folks, for something you want to something you'd like to share, an idea for a story or a show, let us know. info@ntmedia.org. If you have a question about this grand, huge vision that we have, let us know. Send an email, info@ntmedia.org. If you'd like to donate your time and help out, we have room for all kinds of help here in this network. If you'd like to help us manage the website and take care of getting things scheduled on the website so they appear in the right time on the right day, we'd love your help in that. We're currently building a community platform, and we'll be releasing that to you sometime. We believe at the beginning of the month. Everything looks like it's on track for the beginning of the month. For the beginning of July, that we'll be releasing our new community platform. If you'd like to help manage and organize and moderate that program, that platform, we'd love to talk to you about that. If you'd like to sit behind the controls and push some buttons and help these amazing show hosts with their program to make their program run more smoothly, to help communicate with their guests, to be a producer of one of these programs, we'd love to talk to you about that as well. It's actually really, really easy and fun because you get access to people and you get to learn more about this philosophy from the guests before they go on air, helping them get ready, helping them to understand the flow of a show, or when things happen within a show. There's a lot of room for producers around this network. We'd love to teach you how to do it and get you involved with one of our show hosts and help out in that way. So if you can think of any way you might want to help, we'd love to hear you. We'd love to hear from you about this. Because what I believe is happening, what I believe and what I'm working towards happening here is we're creating an intentional community. Now, I want to talk about that because this is something that's been in the vision for a very, very long time. And it's not, well, I don't want to say it that way, but this takes some effort. It takes a whole family, if you will, to truly launch and support and keep an intentional community going. So let's talk a little bit about that. Back in the 60s, there were a lot of intentional communities in the United States. They got labeled communes. And there was a tendency within some communes to become a little controlling, and some became cults and all this and all that. And I think the term got a really bad name. However, what I know is there are countless intentional communities operating throughout North America right now, some around a central theme and some just around the idea of we bought a plot of land and we all agreed to cut the costs and work as a community in that regard. And what I see for New Thought Media Network and what I think is coming through in the vision when we hear the word community is a little more like a commune and an awful lot less like a church. And if that word commune scares you, then hey, let's have a conversation about that, because it doesn't scare me. What I imagine is a community where maybe it's tiny homes, maybe it's a camp setting, maybe it's a farm setting, maybe it's it could look like a lot of things. But the central unifying principle, if you will, or the central activity is, if you will, we're not going to make hammocks. We're not going to be a farmer's market. We're not going to be a food co-op. Our intention is to build a community around this idea of a media network, which means we would love some land. Yes, we would love to buy a church camp. We would love to be able to purchase an existing tiny home community, or enough land to start building tiny homes and have a piece of property where anyone that is aligned with the network, anyone that is organizing with the network, part of what we're doing, would have an opportunity to come and be part of a physical community as well. Now, this doesn't mean everybody's got to come, live together. This is not some giant kumbaya moment where we're all living on the same piece of land. However, because I think it's important that we maintain our global presence. I think it's important to keep sharing what we're doing out into the world in unique ways. And that means that we need people in every time zone on the planet. I think we've got about 5 or 6 different time zones represented here in the network at this point. And I'd like to have someone in every time zone on the planet that is representing and supporting New Thought Media Network. And for those that want to be a part of something like a physical community, I believe there's an opportunity to build that. And for those living on property, part of the contribution is to help this network run, to help. And now, again, the beauty is we can be virtual and physical. So if you're in some wonderful place on this planet and you don't want to leave, that's fine. You can stay right where you are and still contribute and still be part of what we're creating. And what I also believe is we can create a synergy where more of the people that are actively operating the network are also living in close proximity. A lot of this comes through from the vision of Michael Singer. And if you've ever read Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul, or the follow-up to that, The Surrender Experiment, this may sound familiar. And Michael Singer, in his books, he shares how he started with a very small plot of land in Arkansas with a simple premise: to be of service to those that wanted to experience have a deeper experience of meditation. And he built a meditation shack on his small plot of land, and over time that plot of land began to grow. People would come to him, neighbors would come to him and say, "Hey, I'm thinking of selling my property. Do you want to buy it?" And he'd call it a miracle, call it divine intervention, it would happen, and they'd be able to buy that. His retreat center now in Arkansas is, I think, over 7,000 acres or something like that. It's huge. They built an office complex on their property. They were able to do all kinds of amazing things, and it's still going. And what I know is that is a vision, that is a model of what can be accomplished elsewhere. So the vision, if you will, is that somewhere here in the U.S. Southwest, I would love it to be in Colorado, that we can get either a donation or a unique purchase opportunity to put together our own intentional community and model how we can live this philosophy in a day-to-day basis while running a social media and a media platform and a media network online. And we can do both the virtual and the physical community. And if we can do that just once, then we're creating the template for others to follow. If we can do that just once, we're creating a mold, if you will, a format, a system by where that can be repeated in other areas for other opportunities, other industries, other experiences. I see a lot of this in what's happening at Camp Cedar Ridge in Vernonia, Oregon. And you're going to hear me talk about Camp Cedar Ridge over and over and over and over again, because I feel that they're actually leading us. They're guiding the way. They're creating this based around a youth camp, a spiritual based youth camp right now. It's already happening. So if it's already happening for them and in that organization and in that area, in that realm, then it absolutely can happen for this organization and this ministry and what we're creating as well. A mountain community where we all work and play and live together, creating this network, sharing this message. And that is by far, I believe, the most powerful part about all of this. This vision is not about any one person becoming rich or famous. This vision is not about putting anyone at the top of a pyramid. This vision is not about someone like me standing on high telling everybody what's going to happen. This vision is about demonstrating how, when a group of individuals practice new thought, practice the philosophy, practice the principles and the teachings of new thought, that there is no limitation to what we can create, no limitation to what we may create and bring forth into the world. And I believe New Thought Media Network is just such a vehicle. I think it is a grand idea whose time has come, and we are on the very green growing edge. As Ali said this morning in her program, that green growing edge of human experience, having a spiritual experience of the divine human collective, having a collaborative community spiritual life, and showing others how it's possible, showing others how it can happen. I know it can seem like a really big vision. It's a grand vision, folks. And it's happening in other ways as well. I want to, before I go here today, I realize I'm running out of time, and I really want to share something else with you, because this too is part of the vision. And I think this is part of how we help to activate this vision. Is New Thought Media Network is going out into the world this year and next year in a more powerful ways. One of the ways we're doing that is we're going to be at the International New Thought Alliance's 108th Congress. You know, the International New Thought Alliance is the oldest New Thought organizational body on the planet. At one point, Thomas Troward was the president of the International New Thought Alliance. Right now, our dear friend Dr. Tim Stewart is the president, and they're having their 108th Congress in just about a month from now in Fort Lauderdale. So let me tell you a little bit more about that in the way that I think we do really well, and that's with video. I am so excited. I didn't think I'd ever say this. I'm super excited to be at Fort Lauderdale in the middle of July. Not many people think in those terms, but I am this year because INTA is going to be in Fort Lauderdale, and you can be there with us. Just head on over to newthoughtevents.org and you'll find more information. It's really affordable, and it's not super expensive there at this time at the middle of the summer. So a lot of people avoid that area during the hot months. So it's going to be a really fun time, because it's going to be a great Congress filled with various speakers and workshops and opportunities to connect across the New Thought movement. Not just one organization, but all the organizations will be represented, and we'd love for you to join us. If you want more information, again, head on over to those websites, or get in touch with me directly. I'll be more than happy to share more of what I know. New Thought Media Network will be there. We'll be doing some live broadcasting. We'll be recording the conference for International New Thought Alliance. We'll be supporting them in bringing their message of New Thought forward, and we'd love to do that with you at that conference. Plus, we've got more coming, folks. If you want to go to Mexico, get in touch. We're going down to the Convention of the Americas in Lake Chapala in early August. We're going to be at the Parliament of World Religions in Chicago in the middle of August. We're going to be in Kansas City or Lee Summit at Unity Village in October for the ANTN conference. There's so many ways you can get in touch and connect with myself and others from New Thought Media Network, because everywhere I go, there's 3 or 4 other New Thought Media Network people hanging out. We have a big contingent everywhere we go anymore, and we'd love to make you a part of that, welcome you into the family with us, as it were. All right, I'm recognizing I am totally out of time, so I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being a part of what we're doing. If you'd like to learn more, just reach out and send me an email, info@ntmedia.org. We'll make sure that we get in touch with you real soon. I'm Rev Robert. I'm out of here for now. Until next time, I want to wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now.